Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar. I didn't plan to make this video, and I'm not gonna, I don't even have, specific points I want to say, but I want to just get some quick, thoughts on video. And I'm not even going with my standard intro for this, the title slide, and how to contact me on social media. But I was taping something over from my original channel, and I got a text from a group I'm in saying that Kobe Bryant just passed away in a helicopter crash. This channel, is not just about Michigan football, but it's about, any relevant, sports topics. And, basketball is a sport that, I'm also passionate about. I followed it quite a bit as a preteen and as an early teen. And, I just want to say some words about this. It's shocking, it's shocking to hear, about this happening. Today is Sunday. I went to church earlier, and one of the things that you learn in church, and I think that church, helps you reconcile, is death. And we never know when death is coming. You never know when it's our time. We just know that we all have a time. We all have an expiration date, and something like this is very, very surprising because it's so instant. And also, Kobe was still a relatively young man. He was 41 years old. I'm 43 at this time, and so Kobe was a peer. He was in my age group, and it's just anytime someone in your age group dies, it it just makes you think. And the way he died in from what I'm hearing, it was in a helicopter crash. And that's kind of like how Aaliyah died. The recording artist Aaliyah died in a plane crash. And Left Eye from TLC, she died in a truck, I believe, in a car accident. And when our icons, our athletes, and our entertainers die suddenly, like this, in this way, it's just shocking. And it just reminds you that you can go at any time. So I'm thinking about that. I'm you know taking in everyone else's reaction. I'm a part of a 5-man text group, and I've mentioned one of the members of the group right here on my channel, Aline Gaines, who's a fellow Michigan fan, but he's also a diehard Laker fan, and he was also a diehard Kobe fan. So we're always texting about not just Michigan football and Ohio State football, but also the NBA and the Lakers and Kobe and who the GOAT is. Was it MJ? Was it Kobe? Is it LeBron? We're always talking about that. So I know he's crushed right now. And so it kind of feels like, a part of the family is gone. I didn't know Kobe personally, but I do remember, again, he's just 2 years younger than me. And, I was very much into MJ and the Bulls. And when I started college, when I started that part of my life, I still followed the NBA, but I didn't follow it as hard as when Michael was coming up, and when Michael was battling to get to the top. But I do remember Kobe going to the prom with Brandy. That was a big deal. And I do remember Kobe bypassing college, going straight from Lower Merion High School and straight into the pros. I remember hearing about him and hearing that he was the son of Joe Jelly Bean Bryant, and he spent some time over in Italy, and he learned how to speak Italian. And I didn't really know that much about Kobe. And he got drafted, by Charlotte, and then they quickly traded Kobe. Charlotte made the trade with Kobe, sending Kobe out to LA and bringing Vlade Divac to Charlotte. And then Shaq signed as a free agent with the Lakers. And then so they were paired up, for the early part of his career. And I remember they became, after a few years of figuring out how to play together, and after a few years of moving the role players around them, they eventually became the force to be reckoned with in the NBA. They became the team to beat, and they won 3 titles. And they could have arguably won more titles if Shaq and Kobe could have gotten along better, but they won 3, and they became the team to beat. And like a lot of partnerships do, they eventually split, and Kobe stayed a Laker. And the team was mediocre, until they signed Pau Gasol, and they got Andrew Bynum, and players like Trevor Ariza, and they kept Derek Fisher, and he Kobe rose to the top again. He won 2 more titles under Phil Jackson, who came back before the tail end of his career when he tore his Achilles, and when he didn't have such a good supporting cast around him. And then he retired gracefully, and it seemed like he was building a life outside of basketball, and he was going to turn himself into a mogul the way that MJ had. And he was going to get himself involved in numerous businesses and ventures the way that MJ had, and the way that Magic had. And it seemed like his life was just going to go on into that next phase. But you just never know. And then there's today, and then you just never know when it's your time. Kobe very much in his play reminded me of MJ. When that discussion of who the GOAT is, I'm always going to come down an MJ guy. But I always watched Kobe, and Kobe very much modeled his game after MJ, and he was just had that competitive killer instinct. And I guess that's why they started calling him the Black Mamba. And he just had that it. And he had the difficulties with Shaq, and he had the difficulties. He got into that legal trouble out in Colorado around 2004. I was actually at the University of Michigan when all that was going down, and he was flying back and forth to Colorado, for that court case. And it was legendary the way he kind of blocked all that out and was still able to get out on the court every night and perform. And I remember that. I lived through part of that, and I was in southeastern Michigan when the Pistons matched up with the Lakers in the NBA Finals that year. And on paper, the argument could be made that the Lakers had the better team that year. You had Kobe, you had Shaq, you had Gary Payton, you had Karl Malone, even though Malone was playing on one leg at that point. But the Pistons pulled it out somehow, but it was probably in large part because of the chemistry and what was going on between Kobe, Shaq, and Phil Jackson. And I remember Kobe taking a lot of shots during that series and maybe not giving the Lakers the best chance to win. And the Pistons took advantage of it. The Pistons played hard and they beat the Lakers. But that was just a part of Kobe's evolution. I think afterwards, him and Shaq felt like they could have done that differently and it could have turned out a different way, but that was just a part of his evolution as a man and as a player. So those are my thoughts, my initial thoughts on Kobe's death. It's very, very sudden. We were just texting about Kobe, about LeBron breaking his scoring record last night. And again, something like this is just very, very, very sudden. He was a peer close to my age, and whenever someone in your peer group dies, you always think about, your own mortality. You always think about, okay, when I get in this airplane, is something going to happen? When I get on this train, can something happen? When I'm going to catch this bus or just walking across the street, or right here in my place, is something going to happen? And you just never know. You just never know. The lead, the MC from the group Gangstar, who's my favorite rap group, Keith Elam, he died at 43. So he died in this age range as well. And whenever someone just dies early, you just never know. So that's all I want to say about that. It's a sad day, and it's definitely shocking news to get. Rest in peace, Kobe. We're all gonna miss you. You helped carry the NBA in your generation, and we're all gonna miss you, Black Mamba. And this is quite a loss for everybody. It was one of those deaths that was too soon. So I'm gonna stop this video here, and I'll probably go out somewhere and pour a drink later on, or just go for a walk or something like that, and just to think about it. If you have any Kobe Bryant memories or thoughts, feel free to leave those in the comments section below. And thank you for watching this video. And I was going to shoot a Michigan football video today, but I'm not sure now. Maybe I'll hold off till the morning in respect for Kobe Bryant, and just because I might not feel like bringing that enthusiasm now. So I will talk to you the next time. Let me know if you have any thoughts or comments or reflections on Kobe in the comment section below. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.